Fellas, let's talk about it. How to pursue an older woman. You heard me talk about it in the last video. 60% of younger guys are interested in pursuing older women.
Have you ever wondered why more and more young men are drawn to older women?
No one bats an eye when an older man dates a younger woman, but society often judges relationships when the roles are reversed.
It might seem surprising, but there are some fascinating reasons why older women have become incredibly attractive to younger men. Let's explore the science, psychology, and social trends that reveal why age might just be...
Hell no! Hell no!
You know, there's something I've grown to notice in this life. There's something I've grown to notice in this life. So, money is very important. Or money has become a necessity on top. Money literally, like, the world literally runs on money. With no money, nothing can function. You know what I mean? And you grow to notice some stuff from TV and real life, right? So, the concept of sugar parents... Okay, no, why did I say it like that? Okay, the concept of sugar parents, right? It's something that always fascinated me because at first, you know, society has sort of gotten like, it has sort of normalized and gotten comfortable with the sugar, with the concept of sugar daddy, right? So basically, I think it's basically when a young blood dates like an old man, right? A young child, female, dates like an old man for monetary gain, of course, right? But then there's another one that came along, bro, because like there's always got to be an equal and opposite force, right? Or yin and yang. I don't know how that fits to this, but like, I've noticed how I was fascinated to find out that there's sugar mummies as well. You know what I'm talking about? It's almost like how society has almost like normalized transactional sex in a way. I don't want to like prostitution, stuff like that. You know what I'm talking about? Stuff like that. But like, it's always been like, when you think about it from a let's say a normal stance, right? You think it's only like females that engage in it, right? Because it's almost normalized now, right? There was a time when there was a fight for it to be legalized. You know what I'm talking about? I think in SA too, unless I was watching a movie of some sort. But I also found out that there's males who also like sell their bodies for this. You know what I'm talking about, for money, and it fascinates me because growing up or the way I think of it, bro, I always thought like, okay, women can do it if they want to. You know, all this thing of like, my body, my choice, stuff like that, you know? Because, I mean, if you think about it naturally, it's biology. Women are prettier than men. They have all these features that are attractive. You know what I'm talking about? It's how God designed it, you know what I mean? It's God's design. Not that these ways of making money was intentional. The way I thought about it is, I almost found it impossible to believe. And I literally found it impossible for it to happen, for a man to turn into, you know what I'm talking about, for a man to get a sugar mummy, or for a man to sell their body, you know, for money. You know what I'm talking about? I think the way I thought about it is that a man's ego won't allow them to do that. You know what I'm saying? As in, because that's literally how we grew up, and that's literally what we've seen. You know what I'm talking about? It's always the man that has to wake up and go find a job. It's always a man that's a provider, a hustler. I'm talking about a farm, fucking suit, you know, wakes up and he's a truck driver or whatever. It's always, you know what I'm talking about. And yeah, man, it's fascinating how, I mean, these things have probably been happening for years. You know what I'm talking about? They've obviously been happening for years. There's nothing new under the sun. There's no new generation under the sun. It's just fascinating to me. It's just fascinating. Which brings me to this, something that I've noticed in, I don't know if this is because the unemployment is so drastic in South Africa or around the world, or I don't know about it around the world, but I'm talking about what I've seen. You know what I'm talking about? But like, I've noticed how young people, apparently my age, who are now, I would say, falling into a trap, because it's a trap. It's a trap, bro. If someone was to ask me about it off the bat, I would literally imagine this as a sort of parasitic symbiosis, or sort of a parasitic relationship, bro. Bro, what is an old woman? What is an old woman who's seen life doing with a baby? Bro, you know what I'm talking about? It brings up the video I talked about how pedophilia is glamorized. You know what I'm talking about? I think, bro, like, there's old people, there's old women who are apparently dating. It's funny. It's a funny world we live in, bro. But like I said, I don't understand if it's just for money or because this boy is about papa and, you know, they wanna, you know what I'm talking about? But I find it hard to believe. I find it hard to believe or to even fathom being sort of pampered by an old woman. Like, imagine if I was pampered by an old woman who's probably, you know what I'm talking about? Imagine sabak bechang a pension fund. You know, it's just me, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's funny because it's sick. Actually, it's not even funny. It's yeah. But I don't want to say too much because this is somebody's reality out there. It's a lot of people's reality I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about? And I'm not gonna take that crap off love. There's no such thing, bro. What are you doing, bro? Like, focus, build something, bro. You know what I'm talking about? Like, do something with your life, bro. Like, what are you doing with the old ass woman, bro? Like, this isn't talked about enough, bro. It's not talked about enough, bro. Like, literally, bro. Like, it's like it's bro, there's a lot that's happening in our society, bro. There's a lot happening in our community that we are so blinded to, bro. We are so focused on our own shit. We're so focused on our phones that we don't see these things happening, bro. But you can't say anything because it's none of your business. It's none of your business. But like, you know. But like I said, I think it's just like for both ways, bro. Like, I think it's a parasitic type of relationship, because like, if you think about it, bro, in most cases, the dude is gonna get the young is gonna get sick. You know what I'm talking about? And you still have your life. You have your whole life ahead of you. You know what I'm talking about? You're gonna get sick. She's done. Or he's old. He's done, bro. He's done. He's lived his life. Believe it or not, he's about to die. And you fall into such a trap because of money. You know, it's my. You know, one of my uncles said this thing, bro, and it sounded so fucking scary and funny at the same time. But when he said it, but he was literally like, money is the devil. I was like, what? Money is the devil, bro. Literally, money is the devil, bro. It's so funny, though. Why are these young bloods dating old ass grannies, bro? Like, I don't understand, bro. Like, maybe y'all maybe, bro. Yeah, we can. You know, I can laugh and say a lot of things because I'm not going through it. You know what I'm talking about? I'm not going through it, so it's easier to, you know, to sort of criticize this type of things that are happening. But this is the reality. You know what I'm talking about? These things are actually happening, and people don't want to admit it. Even the people themselves don't want to admit it, but they're being victimized. They're a victim. You're a victim. You've been victimized. I don't want to say this is maybe what you know and how you grow up into it, because then how can you grow up wanting older people? Like, from, you know what I'm talking about? It doesn't make sense to me. I understand the money part. Everybody needs money. Unemployment is killing you. You know what I'm talking about? Like, it's killing a lot of people, bro. You know what I'm saying? But like, I don't see how anyone can justify this type of action. I don't see how anybody can sort of save themselves. You know what I'm talking about? How anyone can come up with a perfect excuse to sort of, you know what I'm saying? It's funny. It's funny. It's funny. It's horrible. It's horrible.